Welcome, Misfits, to this work edition of Shore Central. I found it pretty difficult to get into the storage closet and do a show. So you're going to come to work with me while I cover the last 2 weeks. This is the 6th edition of Shore Central, and I believe we're covering weeks 8 and 9. But before we get into the last 2 weeks of our covered rounds, let's take a look at some weatherman shit. Here's a look at the calendar of events for March. Nothing too out of place, at least on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. We do have those upcoming tournaments, Kids Bridge on the 16th and Vets on the 23rd. Craig Hand's going to join the Shore's live music series again. That's going to be on the 23rd, 5:30 to 8, my apologies, per usual with the Shore's live music series. And then we have the shuffleboard tournament on the 26th. That's going to start at 5:30. All right, Misfits, I don't have a lot of time. I know I don't want to take up a lot of your time, so let's take a look at not last week's, but the previous week's final 10 Cup standings and what that looks like. Kenny Robshaw going to take first place back from DuPont. They're going to switch 1 and 2. Yours truly is going to switch with BG for lone third. This is again after week 8, I think is what it is. Barrett, Hal Watkins, John Paul, they're tied there at 5th with 15 points. George Huff, he's at 8th with 12.5. John Drury hanging there at 11.5. Jonathan Risman joining the top 10. He's going to be tied there with Terry Stringer and Whitty at 10th. Both of them hanging on to that spot coming out of week 7 and going through week 8. Hey, I'm going to go take care of some stuff real quick, and while I do that, I want you to look at these scores from last week's rounds, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I quit doing the field on the Wednesday scrambles. I'm going to stop doing the negative points in the Thursday Stableford. You'll just see positive points in the evens. And then, of course, as usual on Friday, you'll just see who won the skins. So you take a look at that, and I will be right back. Now that that's done, let's take a look at the 10 Cup standings through last week. Kenny Robshaw is going to hang on to that top spot. Well, Jay, yours truly, is going to advance a spot. DuPont going to take that spot from him. BG, Barrett, Hal, and JP, they're going to hang where they're at. BG at 4th. The rest of those tied at 5th. Whitty is going to advance 2 places to 8th. George Huff, he's going to take a step back to 9th, and then Mully rejoining the top 10 at 10th, and that is your final 10 Cup standings. Oh, I'm gonna take me a little breather before I go clean that mess up, but I do want to tell you thanks for joining me on this work edition of Shore Central. Who knows where I'll come from next time. And as usual, on behalf of Shore Central and the entire Shores fam, fill your divots, tip the staff, and unless your name's Matt, the driving range is closed. I'm Jay, you're not. That's a wrap.
All right. Chicken picket, man.